Good morning, dear students. Are you able to hear me? Please give me a text. Please send me a text. If I am audible to you loud and clear, please confirm me with the text so that I can begin today's lesson. Okay, thank you, Vinita. So, thank you so much. Okay, so dear students, today we are going to revise grammar topic called simple, complex and compound sentence because there is a topic this time in your syllabus which is transformation of sentences. So when it comes to transformation of sentences, this is a very important topic. How to identify a simple sentence, a complex sentence and a compound sentence, and how to convert from simple to complex or complex to compound, or it could be the other way around also, compound to complex, complex to simple. Okay, so first of all, let us study the structure of these three types of sentences, and let me tell you the characteristics of each one of these sentences so that you are able to convert as well as identify in the examination which type of sentence is what, because by looking at the sentence you've got to identify what type of sentence is this. Is it a simple sentence or a complex sentence or a compound sentence? Okay, so let us begin, dear students. Okay, so here you can see, all of you can see here, simple sentence has one finite verb. Okay, means even you can see here, John loves his younger brother. So loves is a finite verb. Okay, finite verb because it agrees directly with the subject John. So if a verb agrees directly with the subject, this verb is called finite verb. So a simple sentence has one finite verb only. Like here you can see only one verb. If a verb is directly connected to its subject, it is called a finite verb. Okay, next, a simple sentence has one subject and one predicate. A simple sentence has one subject and one predicate. Okay, like for example, my brother plays chess very well. So my brother is subject and plays chess very well is predicate here. Okay, so okay, this point you understood, I suppose. This is it has simple sentence will have one subject and one predicate. And now let's move on to switch. Note, a simple sentence is a sentence which has only one finite verb, one subject and one predicate. A simple sentence expresses a complete meaning and is independent in nature. That is very important, dear students. Simple sentence means it is a single sentence, okay, and it is very much complete in its meaning. Okay, means it expresses complete meaning. So that is what is called simple sentence. Okay, a simple sentence is a single sentence also which expresses the complete meaning. Understood? So for example, some more examples let me explain to you. Like for example, can you give like Sania, can you give one example of simple sentence? Simple sentence means it should be a single sentence and it should have only one finite verb. Okay, only one finite verb. So Sania, can you please text me the example, or Vinita or Nidhu, Mrudula, anybody for that matter, can you please text me the example of a simple sentence? Just text me, I shall be able to discuss afterwards. But where is the thing? It's not showing any alert. She's not showing any alert. I love to read books. Okay, Sania, yeah, you are correct. So Sania, you tell me which is the finite verb in this sentence? I love to read books. Which is the finite verb in this sentence? There are many more examples like the dog barked and ran. The dog barked and ran. Nidhu, the train was late. Okay. Yes. Okay. Let me give you some more example like say for example, I am playing football. Okay, I am playing football, or you can say I would like to take some rest now. So these are all the examples of simple sentences. Here you can see, dear students, like Sania as written, I love to read books. Okay, so here you can see there may be two verbs here, but finite verb is only one, which is love here. Okay, which is love here. There can be multiple verbs, but the finite verb should be one. Okay, so therefore it is a simple sentence. I love to read books. Okay, like all the single sentences, small single sentences, having one finite verb, one subject and one predicate. There cannot be two subject here. Okay, normally in a simple sentence. Okay, so these are the examples of simple sentences. I am playing football. I would like to take some rest now. Okay, all this. So now, dear students, you understood, I hope, what is a simple sentence. Okay, so now let's move on to the examples of complex sentence. Okay, so let us first of all let us know what is a complex sentence. Dear students, always remember that a complex sentence is a sentence which has more than one part, like which has two parts. Okay, like for example, you see here, if it rains I shall not go out. If it rains I shall not go out. So in this sentence, dear students, there are two parts. First part is if it rains, second part is I shall not go outside. Okay, so there are two parts in this sentence. First part, if it rains, and second part, I shall not go outside. Okay, so I shall not go outside. So you can see here, in this sentence there are two parts. First part is if it rains, second part is I shall not go outside. In the second sentence, we returned home, first part, and second part is it started raining. These two sentences are connected by because. Okay, but you can see there are two independent sentences here. We returned home, it started raining. So there are two independent sentences which are expressing complete meaning. Okay, so now the question is, what is a complex sentence? So dear students, always remember that a complex sentence consists of more than one part. Okay, there will be more than one subject, unlike simple sentence in which there is only one subject, there is only one finite verb. But in complex sentence there can be more than one subject, number one. Number two, there can be more than two verbs, finite verbs. And then always remember, in complex sentence there are two parts of the sentence, two or more. It can be two or more also, but one of the parts of the sentence is called main clause, and another part is called subordinate clause. So let me explain you, dear students, what is the meaning of subordinate clause. What is a subordinate clause? Okay, first let me discuss with you main clause. See here in this sentence, if it rains I shall not go outside. From this sentence I will explain you. So dear students, you see there are two parts, as I told you before. There are two parts. First part is if it rains, second part is I shall not go outside. Tell me which part expresses complete meaning out of these two sentences, two parts. If it rains I shall not go outside. Out of these two parts, tell me which part expresses independent meaning, means which part of the sentence out of these two, between red and green, Which one is expressing complete meaning? Just text me. Sania, Nidhu, Vinita, any one of you or anybody who is watching me can text me now. Which between these two sentences, between red and the green sentence, which one is expressing a complete meaning without having to depend on the other part of the sentence? So if it rains, my question is, Sania and Tanali, my question is, which part of the sentence out of these two, between green and between yellow, which part is expressing a complete meaning by itself? For example, it is not depending on any part of the sentence. Sania is saying red part. Okay, let's find out. Sania, all of you are absolutely wrong actually. Why I am telling you? It is the green part which is showing complete meaning, which is expressing complete meaning without having to depend on others, part of the sentence. Okay, on other part of the sentence. Understood? So therefore, you are wrong here. Okay. If it rains, the red part is always depending on this part, na? If it rains is not expressing complete meaning, but if I say I shall not go outside, it is showing complete meaning, independent meaning. It is not depending on any other part of the sentence. If I say, forget about if it rains, if I just say I shall not go outside, whenever I say I shall not go outside, it means my sentence is complete. It is expressing a complete meaning. Okay, but if I say if it rains and then I stop, I don't go forward, I just say if it rains, then it is not expressing complete meaning. If it rains what? You'll ask me, sir, if it rains what? Isn't it? But if I say I shall not go outside, then you shall not come up to me and ask, sir, means you'll understand what I mean to say. But if I say just if it rains and then stop without further proceeding into the second part, then it is not expressing any meaning. So what I mean to say is that for complex sentence, dear students, always remember that there are two parts of a sentence, and the part which depends on another part is called subordinate clause, and the part which is independent in nature, which is expressing a complete meaning, this is called main clause, and the part which is depending on the main clause, it's called subordinate clause. So if it rains is subordinate clause, and I shall not go outside is called main clause. Okay. Okay, Nidhu, if you have said it's correct, very good. If you have said this, then you are absolutely correct, Nidhu. Okay, so Lakshman, good morning. Both late Aya. Okay, so Sania, did you understand what I said? Like a complex sentence has two clauses. One is called subordinate clause, one is called main clause. Do you understand what is a subordinate clause? If you have not understood, you can text me, sir. Please explain me once again, so that I explain you once again. Okay, and if you have understood, then I shall proceed with the next part of my explanation. Okay, so please do confirm me with the text whether you have understood the meaning of the subordinate clause. Always remember, a complex sentence has two parts. One is main clause, one is subordinate clause. Okay, one is main clause, one is subordinate clause, and I explained you both, which is a main clause, which is a subordinate clause. I explained you both actually. Okay. Once again, okay, thank you, Sania, I've understood it seems, but still let me remind you, Sania, and others who are listening to me, watching me, subordinate clause is that part of the sentence which depends on another part of the sentence to express a complete meaning. That is subordinate clause. And main clause is that part of the sentence which is independent and which expresses a complete meaning. Like if I say I shall not go outside, it is expressing a complete meaning, that therefore I shall not go outside is called main clause. But if I say if it rains, and then I don't proceed with my sentence, I stop here, then it does not make any sense. Okay, therefore if it rains is called subordinate clause, whereas I shall not go outside is called the main clause. Okay, dear students, you understood now. Now let me proceed to the next example. A complex sentence has one main clause and one subordinate clause. A complex sentence, dear students, has a complex sentence, dear students, has one main clause and one subordinate clause. For example, we returned home because it started raining. Okay, so dear students, we returned home is making sense. Therefore, green is here main clause. But when I say because it started raining, then it does not express a complete meaning. Why it does not express a complete meaning, dear students? Because there is a word because here, right? Because here. So because it started raining, it means there is another part which is missing. Therefore, because it started raining depends very much on the sentence we returned home. Therefore, because it started raining is called subordinate clause, and we returned home is called main clause, because it is not depending on any other part of the sentence, but because it started raining depends on the first part of the sentence, which is we returned home. Therefore, dear students, green part is called main clause and red part is called subordinate clause. Okay, you understood now? Now see, note, in the note section you see main clause refers to that part of the sentence which expresses a complete meaning without having to depend on any part of a sentence. Okay, main clause refers to that part of the sentence which expresses a complete meaning without having to depend on any part of the sentence, like I explained you. Okay, when I read out this sentence, we returned home, it is expressing a complete meaning without having to depend on the second part, which is because it started raining. Therefore, we returned home is called main clause. And I shall not go outside also independent, because it expresses a complete meaning, therefore it is also called main clause. Subordinate clause means that part of the sentence which cannot express a complete meaning without the help of main clause. If it rains, because it started raining. So if it rains here and in the second sentence because it started raining, these two parts of the two sentences depend heavily on the other part of the sentence. Like if it rains depends on I shall not go outside, and because it started raining depends on we returned home. Therefore, these two red sentences are called subordinate clause. Okay, subordinate clause. Okay, so this is subordinate clause all about, dear students. Now let us proceed to the last type of sentence, which is compound sentence. So what is a compound sentence? Let's find out, dear students. Compound sentence, a sentence with more than one main clause is a compound sentence. A sentence with more than one main clause is a compound sentence. More than one main clause. Yeah, okay. Like for example, a sentence with more than one main clause is a compound sentence. So more than one main clause. So dear students, you see, search his pocket, and you will find the watch. So here you can see there are two independent sentences. Search his pocket is one independent sentence which expresses complete meaning, and another sentence, you will find the watch. So both the sentences here, both red and green, both the sentences are independent in nature. They express complete meaning. Therefore, they are called compound sentences. Okay, you can see there are two main clauses being joined by and a sentence with more than one main clause is a compound sentence. More than one main clause. So here it is number one, this is number two. So if you have two independent sentences which express the complete meaning being connected by and, but, so, therefore, etc., then they are called compound sentence. Okay, next example you see, I did not like the food but I ate everything. So you see here, first independent sentence which expresses a complete meaning is I did not like the food. Second independent sentence is I ate everything. Okay, so you can see these two independent sentences are being connected by but. So whenever we have two independent sentences being connected by but, then they are called compound sentence. The two main clauses being joined by but. A compound sentence has two or more coordinate clauses. Coordinate clauses are independent clauses and can convey complete meanings by themselves. The examples given in A and B are coordinate clauses. Okay, so now the question is, what is a coordinate clause? Coordinate clauses are independent clauses and can convey meaning, complete meanings by themselves. Okay, so therefore, dear students, listen, search is pocket in this sentence. I did not like the food. You will find the words I ate everything. These are also called coordinate clauses because they are the main clause. So main independent clauses are also called coordinate clauses. Always, it's very simple. Always remember that main clause which is independent in nature and expresses complete meaning. This is also called coordinate clause. Main clause is also called coordinate clause. Main clause which is independent in nature and expresses a complete meaning is also called coordinate clause. Okay, remember this. The difference between the complex and compound sentence is the number of main clause. Complex sentence has only one main clause, whereas compound sentence is more than one main clause. So, complex sentence and compound sentence difference, how will you identify, dear students? How will you identify the difference between a complex sentence and a compound sentence? Always remember, complex sentence has only one subordinate clause. Okay. And one main clause. Okay, complex sentences one main clause, whereas compound sentences more than one main clause. Like you see, this is one main clause, that is another main clause. Here in the example B, you see this is one main clause, then this is another main clause. So a compound sentence has more than one main clause, whereas complex sentence has only one main clause. Like for example, if I go to the shopping complex, I shall find some goods. So here also you can see in this sentence also, I shall find some goods is called main clause. Okay, but the first part of the sentence, if I go to the shopping complex, this is called subordinate clause. So this is an example of complex sentence. Why? Because in this sentence there is one main clause and one subordinate clause. So, but in compound sentence, always remember, there can be more than two or more, independent sentence, or you can say main clauses. There can be more than one main clauses in compound sentences, whereas there is only one main clause in complex sentence. Okay. So dear students, that is the difference. If it rains, I shall not go out. Complex sentence, because only one main clause is given, I shall not go out. The other one is subordinate clause. But in the example, I did not like the food, but I ate everything. In this sentence, I did not like the food, I ate everything. In this sentence, in these two sentences, okay, you see both are independent and express complete meaning. Like I did not like the food as well as I ate everything. So both the sentences express independent meaning being connected by but. Okay, so they both the sentences are having are having main clauses, okay, main clause or coordinate clauses, okay. Coordinate clause means those clauses, those sentences which are independent and express complete meaning. So I did not like the food as well as I ate everything are also called coordinate clauses, and they are also called main clauses. So those sentences where we have more than one main clause is called compound sentence, but in complex sentence we have only one main clause, okay. So okay, so now let me give you some exercises. Let me give you, dear students, so that you are able to complete this. For example, I am typing it out for you. Okay, so for example, make the following sentences complex, okay. First example, let me give you. Tell me your address. Second question, write down your name on this page, okay. So dear students, there are two sentences flashed onto your screen. So tell me the answers of these two questions. These two questions are simple sentences. Principal sir, so these two sentences are the examples of simple sentences, okay, dear students. So you've got to tell me how to convert this into complex sentences, okay. So first is, remember, tell me your address. Second is, write down your name on this page. So always remember, dear students, when you are converting this sentence into complex, you need to have one finite verb, and you have to have you need to have you need to have two clauses. One is main clause, another is subordinate clause. So make the sentence a bit long with one main clause and with one subordinate clause, so that you make it complex sentence. What is the structure of the complex sentence, dear students? You might have seen the structure of the complex sentence. If it rains, I shall not go outside, okay. When we went there, we could find this. So like this, there should be one subordinate clause and one should be main clause. So any idea, students? Do you have any idea how to convert this? Tell me your address. What should be the complex sentence? Tell me your address. What should be the complex sentence? Tell me your address. How will you convert it into complex sentence? Okay, first one I am helping you, dear students. You have to write it like this. Tell me where you live. See, tell me where you live is the complex sentence. How is it a complex sentence? You see, tell me is main clause, and where you live is the subordinate clause. So a complex sentence must have one main clause and one subordinate clause. Understood? Now tell me the answer of the second sentence. Write down your name on this page. So dear students, you might have understood now. This is complex sentence. See, let me type it for you. Tell me where you live is Okay, complex sentence, dear students. Okay, so okay, so write down your name on this page. Okay, so how will you make it complex, dear students? There must be one main clause and one subordinate clause. So how will you make this, how will you expand this to complex sentence? Write down your name on this page. This is a simple sentence because there is only one verb here, and it's a simple single sentence as well, having one finite verb. Therefore it is called simple sentence. Give me the example, give me the sentence, complex sentence. How can you make this sentence a complex sentence? Write down your name on this page. So do you know, Vinita, do you know the answer? Sania, do you know the answer? Ria, Mridula, do you know the answer? If you know the answer, you please tell me. You just text me, dear students. You just text me quickly. Okay, so let me explain you. Write down your name on this page. How can you expand this into a complex sentence? See, write down what your name is. Okay, but normally we don't write in this manner, but supposing that such question comes and you have to make it in complex sentence, then you have to make it like this, because see, this is the main clause and this is the subordinate clause. Okay, so normally we don't say like this, write down what your name is on this page. We normally say write down your name on this page. Okay, so I can replace this with another question. For example, if I say okay, I found this book after going to the bookstall. Okay, I found this book after going to the bookstall. If I want to convert this to the complex sentence, how can I convert this? How can I convert this? Do you know? I found this book after going to the bookstall. So how can I convert this, dear students? Do you know how to convert this? Let me show you. Okay, let me show you. You have to write, when I went to the bookstall, I found this book. Okay, dear students, you see, when I went to the bookstall is the main clause, subordinate clause, because it is depending on the main clause, and this is I found this book is called main clause. Okay, so always remember, whenever you convert a simple sentence into a complex sentence, you got to have two clauses. One is main clause, one is subordinate clause. So I found this book is main clause because it expresses a complete meaning, whereas when I went to the bookstall is a subordinate clause because this clause depends on this part of the sentence. This red depends on the green, therefore red is called subordinate clause. Okay, understood, dear students, how to convert? Whenever you have to convert a complex sentence, make sure that you have two parts in the sentence. First is it can be a subordinate clause, it can be a main clause, or you can also write like this, I found this book when I went to the bookstall. Okay, so any way you can write, but there should be one main clause and one subordinate clause. Okay, those who are present and listening to me, please write down yes. Please write down yes, so that I understand you are still there with me. Please Please text me yes. Just text me yes. Very good. Nidhu, thank you so much. Mudura, very good. Tanali, Sahil, Sania, Vinita, very good, very good. Okay, Mudula. Okay. So I think these 5 or 6 people are there with me today. Those who have written yes means they are there. Yog, are you there? Niraj. Okay, Yog is not there. Maybe Yog might have gone somewhere. Oh my goodness, sorry. Yog is also there. Very nice of you, Yog. Thank you so much, dear students. I shall make a worksheet on this. Niraj is also there. Thank you so much. I shall make a worksheet on this topic which I have taught you. There will be 10 questions on this. So I shall send you a link, dear students, and you have to work it out. Okay. So thank you so much for staying connected with me, and on next Tuesday we shall start a new topic of grammar, because we have almost completed, dear students, literature part. So let's see, I'll let you know on Monday what I'm going to start. Okay. So thank you so much, dear students. Bye bye, take care, and have a great weekend. Bye bye.